I am live on Facebook and I am also live on Instagram. I wanted to do a quick video and just talk about truly being authentically you and bringing your whole self, everything it is that you um, are doing in life, and how important um, it is to just allow yourself to be fully whole and be fully expressed and to be fully seen, um, no matter what position or circumstance or state of existence you are living in and experiencing. So, my name is Adi Toro Majek. I am the owner and founder of the In Her Experience, which is a spiritual lifestyle brand centered on healing and working on the inner experience of the woman and helping her to authentically live her truest self um, in all that she is and in all that she does. So, yeah, so this topic has been something that has been on my mind for such a long time. And I've been meaning to do a video, to do a live stream about it, but I've been pushing it back for some reason and I don't know why. But I guess today is the day for me to talk about how important it is to really allow yourself to be completely who you are in whatever it is that you are pursuing, in whatever it is that you do, and being okay with yourself. Um, I want to share my experience and how it feels for me to be able to authentically be myself, to, I want to say, fulfill, allowing myself to be myself, fulfilling who, fulfilling what it is that I want in order to truly be myself. And if you guys hear any thunder or any rainfall, it's currently raining here in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's just the most beautiful evening. And yeah, so I hope maybe you can pick up a little bit of the background noise as well while I have this conversation, because it sounds so beautiful, and I think it's kind of romantic and spiritual and peaceful and elegant to have rainfall. You might not be able to hear it, but I hope you can hear a little bit here and there while I'm talking. So let's get into it. So I think, okay, so one thing that I wanted to share, or that I've been meaning to share, is how I want my work and how I want my business to be felt and to be seen, which is that I truly want women to feel like they can be their whole selves when they go to pursue whatever it is that you desire, or whatever it is that they desire to be and experience in order to live the life that feels most fulfilling to them. And I want my work to be a conduit for that. And yeah, so for me, the inner experience is about creating a space where women can feel like it's okay to be themselves. It's okay to not have everything together and still go after your dreams. It's okay to be completely a mess and still know that you are worthy and that you are whole and that you are loved and accepted because you are you. And it doesn't have to be, love doesn't have to come from an outside source. It doesn't have to come from people, and it doesn't have to come from circumstances like approval or achievements, but it comes from within. You are fully loved and accepted just as you are, because you're allowing yourself to be yourself. You're allowing yourself to be whole. And in doing that, in practicing what it means to be authentically yourself, and being okay with your mistakes, being okay with your great achievements, being okay with your mess ups, being okay with your not so pretty parts, and still giving it your all of that is significant. All of that matters. All of that is speaking to your spirit and showing you that you love yourself, irregardless of all the nuances life tells us that, oh, this doesn't look good, or this type of action means that you're this type of person. That's always putting a negative spin on not being perfect. So for a long time, I was someone who always tried to practice perfection, or to be, or someone who was a perfectionist, to be perfect in everything it is that I pursued. I always wanted to be like the most high achieving um, person um, when I pursued anything. So when it came to my classes, when it came to athleticism, when it came to even working, I feel like sometimes um, I overgave. I gave way too much in order to feel as if that I was being the best employee, or being the best um, worker at all the different jobs that I've had. And in all earnestness, I really never got any sort of acclamation or any sort of um, reward for doing the work that I was doing, when I know I was working harder. I was working 10 times as much. Um, I was, I don't know how to say this, but I was giving more than I needed to give at the jobs that I had. And it's not like I got some special award for it, but it's because of the person that I was. It was because of the person that I knew that I wanted to show up as, is the reason why I gave so much, um, and showed up in such a way that um, gave me a sense of accomplishment, even though I didn't need to do it. I just needed to be there, and I just needed to give what I had to give and call it the end of the day. Um, and I feel like it's the internal experiences, it's the internal choices that you're making. Like, I'm choosing to be this type of person because I know that I want to know that I gave it my all. So I was choosing in my inner experience within myself, I was choosing to show up in a way that I felt that I was giving more, not because I wanted the praise. Even though I'm not gonna lie, it's good to hear that you're doing a great job. It's good to hear that, oh, I really like that you did this or did that. It's good to get affirmed from, your boss or your supervisor or whoever it is that you you report to. But that's not the reason why I chose to work hard, or or be diligent in what I was doing. Two reasons. One, it's because of how I was taught in life to show up whenever I do work in anything that I do. It was how I was taught through my rearing of my parents. And not only that, but then I took it on as my own value and characteristic to be someone who gave her all. But then it started hurting me, and I had to pull back, and I had to learn that as long as you have good intentions and you're just doing the best that you can, that's enough as well. So I I want to give to you that if you're someone who is trying to be perfect or show up in a way where you want people to give you praises, and you want, I don't know how to express this, but like when you want all eyes on you for doing good things, it's not conducive to your internal experience and relationship that you have with yourself. I think it's important to understand that you don't have to be everyone's ideal or idealistic perception. Per- you don't, I'm sorry, you don't have to be everyone's idealistic perception of what perfection is supposed to be. So as long as you're trying, as long as you're giving your best, as long as you're giving what you have, that's all that matters. And then it's also about bringing your whole self. So allowing yourself to make mistakes, allowing yourself to learn from setbacks, allowing yourself to be focused on on just being yourself, and not letting people's idea of who you are interfere with what it is that you are creating for yourself is what matters most. So I've had to learn for many years now. So I'll tell you my age. I'm 40 years old. I don't look it, but I think I want to, what I'm trying to get to is that I think it took me about 20 years to learn that it's not about looking good in front of people, and it's not about trying to meet a certain standard. It's it's allowing yourself to go through the process of life, to go through the process of experiences, and learn from these moments when you don't meet the the norm, or when you don't meet the standard, and still be okay with yourself. And so what my work is, what the inner experience is about, is truly working on that, truly allowing yourself to see yourself from a different perspective, and being okay with not having it all together, because literally that's my life story. I don't have it all together, but there's this beauty within not having everything all together at every single stage, in every single moment of life, and being at peace with it. So it's truly about, excuse me, my words are getting minced up, but it's truly about being at peace with yourself in all circumstances, and loving yourself through those moments when you feel like unworthy, when you feel like you're not good enough, when you feel like you don't have what it takes to to make it. Those are the moments where you're able to meet who you're truly meant to be. Those are the moments where you come to understand like you it's going to be hard. You're not going to truly grasp it when you're in the moment, but after you've overcome the disappointment, after you've overcome the frustration, after you've overcome the sadness, after you've gone through the failure of whatever it is that you feel like you're not doing a good job in or you're not perfect in, when you come out of that, that's when you learn, that's when you gain all of the information you need to continue to go into the next season of your life and to bring all of that lesson and all of that information into loving yourself and accepting yourself and being okay with who you are and feeling worthy and not being so hard on who you are. Um, and it's beautiful. I was gonna say it's a beautiful mess, and it's okay to be a beautiful mess because when you're a beautiful mess, that's when you allow other. That's when you show people that it's okay and that you allow them to be who they are. And that's what I hope I'm providing here is that I'm allowing you guys to accept that you can fully be who you are with all of your issues, all of your insecurities, all of your disappointments, and you can still live a fulfilling life and you can still go after your dreams. Um, so, yeah. So, I see a few people here on Facebook, sorry, not Facebook, on Instagram. And I wanted to say hi to those that are here. Thank you for watching and thank you for being a part of my audience. Um, so yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Honestly, life is hard. You don't need to be hard on yourself. You're only making it harder. You're only making life harder when you're hard on yourself. These are my truths. These are the things that I've been through. Um, when things didn't go the way that I expected them to go, or if I didn't do something or achieve something the way that I wanted to, I was so hard on myself and I would kick myself so much for not being like the next person, like Amy or Sarah or Jen or this person or that person. And then I just started I don't know the next word I want to say, but basically I felt like I just started leaning more into trusting the process and accepting who I was, accepting how I did things. If my work wasn't like, I'm just thinking about like when you're a little kid and you're coloring or you're drawing. Like I remember not always coloring within the lines. I would sometimes color outside the lines. Or if I was drawing or painting, I never sometimes like I would compare my painting to someone else's painting and I always felt like my painting wasn't good enough or I wasn't painting like within like the structure it should look like, and I was just so judgmental. Or even drawing, like if I was drawing and my lines weren't straight or I had a more crooked feature in my drawing and someone else had perfected their craft, I would compare myself, and then that would create like this curtail of critique and judgment and just this kind of battle within myself of not having it all right. like not having everything um, beautifully together or perfectly together. Like I was missing something, I wasn't enough. And to be honest with you, everyone has their own quirky way of showing up in the world. Everyone has their own unique way of expressing who they are. And truly and honestly, it comes out effortlessly and it comes out how you want it to come out in life. And I'm talking about your personality, I'm talking about your characteristics, I'm talking about the way that you show up, how you speak, the way you dress, um, the relationships you hold, and the work that you do. So all of this just creates who you are, and who you are is perfect as you are. Right? So yeah, so I feel like that is the end of my live. And so yeah, so it's just really important to allow yourself to be yourself. Allow yourself to show up however it is that you show up without judging it, without being critical, without having a criticizing eye, but loving how you show up, being who you are, and bring your whole self to everything that you do and enjoying the experience. So, yeah, so I'm going to stop talking now. I could talk about this forever, but I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for being here and take care. Bye.